Hello all, welcome to MES e-learning channel. In this lecture, we are going to start with DC circuits, and under this topic we are going to learn what is series circuit, parallel circuit, and also we are going to see what is voltage division rule and current division rule. So let's start with the differentiation of series and parallel circuit. So the very first point, let's see how a series circuit looks. So when I am going to draw a series circuit, for example, if I have two resistance R1 and resistance R2. If I want to connect these two resistance in series, I will have to connect the end of the resistance R1 with the starting point of R2. So this manner I can connect R1 and R2 in series. While coming towards the parallel circuit, if I have two resistance R1 and R2, and if I want to connect them in parallel, I will have to connect R1 and R2 across each other. That is, these two ends of resistance R1 and R2 and the other end will connected across each other. So in this we have R1 and R2 connected in series, in this we have R1 and R2 connected in parallel. So this is how the circuit diagram will look for series and parallel circuit. Coming towards the point number 2, in a series circuit, if I imagine a battery connected across R1 and R2, and there is some current supplied by the battery V, the current I will flow through the resistance R1, same current I will flow to R2 because there is no other path, right. So the resistance R1 and R2 current flowing through it is going to remain same. So in series circuit, the current flowing through each resistor is same. Now coming towards the parallel circuit. Again, if I imagine a battery connected across R1 and R2, and that battery is supplying a current I, the current is traveling. At this particular point, my current will get split up. Let's say the current flowing in R1 is I1 and current flowing in R2 is I2. So if I see, the current flowing in resistance R1 and R2 is different. So for parallel circuit, the current flowing through each resistor is going to remain different. Coming towards the third point, that is voltage. Now in series circuit, the voltage across R1 is V1 and across R2 is V2. That is, the potential drop across R1 and potential drop across R2 is going to be different. But when it comes to a parallel circuit, whatever the voltage I have applied, the same voltage will get applied across R1 and R2. So for parallel circuit, the voltage across each resistance is same. For series, the voltage across each resistance is different. Now coming towards the fourth point, which is very important, that is voltage division rule. Now since in series circuit, the voltage across each resistance is different, we are going to see a voltage division rule. While coming towards the parallel circuit, in parallel circuit the current flowing through each resistor is different. So in this case we are going to see current division rule. So let us understand how to apply voltage division rule and current division rule. Now if I see this circuit, if I want to calculate what is V1, that is voltage across resistance R1, okay, the formula goes this way. V1 is the voltage across R1, so I will write R1 into what is the total voltage applied, that is V, divided by number of resistance which are in series, that is R1 and R2. Same way, if I want to calculate what is voltage V2, V2 is voltage across which resistance, that is R2. So R2 into total voltage divided by R1 plus R2. coming towards the current division rule. Now in this case I have different currents, right, I1 and I2. Now if I want to calculate what is current I1, I1 is current flowing through which resistance, that is R1. So in this case we will have to see what is the resistance opposite to R1, that is R2. So I will write R2 into the current before division, that is this current I, upon R1 plus R2, that is the resistance which are in parallel. Same way if I want to write what is the current I2, I2 is the current flowing through R2. So look at the opposite resistance, that is R1. So I'll write R1 into current before division divided by R1 plus R2. How to apply this we will see with an example also. So now let us understand how to apply voltage division rule, which is also called as VDR, with an first example. In this case I have taken two resistors 10 ohm and 5 ohm connected in series to a battery of 15 volt. This side I also written the formulas which we have seen. Now let's say 10 ohm is my resistance R1 and 5 ohm is my resistance R2 and 15 volt is my total voltage V. So now in this case if I want to find voltage across 10 ohm, let's say that is V1, and voltage across 5 ohm, that is V2. So if I apply this formula and if I want V1, so V1 is the voltage across 10 ohms, so 10 into what is the total supply voltage, 15 divided by values of R1 and R2, that is 10 plus 5. So that is 150 divided by 15, so that will be 10 volts. So in similar manner if I want to calculate V2, V2 is the voltage across 5 ohms, so 5 into total voltage 15 divided by 10 plus 5, so this will be 75 divided by 15, which will be 5 volt. Now let's have a look at the second example. If you see in this, I have added one more resistance R3. So now in this case, how will you apply VDR? So now since there are three different resistance, we will have three different voltages V1, V2 and V3. So let's check what will be the difference in the formula. Now if I want V1, which is voltage across resistance R1, so R1 into V, this will remain same, but divided by R1 plus R2, and since there is one more resistance added, I will have to add that resistance also, R3. Next V2, V2 is the voltage across resistance R2, so V into R2 divided by R1 plus R2 plus R3, and for V3 it will be, V3 is the voltage across resistance R3, so R3 into V upon R1 plus R2 plus R3. So in the same manner if I calculate this V1, so it will be 10 into 15 divided by 10 plus 5 plus 2. So that will be 150 divided by 17. So we will get roughly around 8.8 volts. If I want to calculate V2, that is voltage across 5 ohms, so 5 into 15 divided by 10 plus 5 plus 2, so that is 75 divided by 17, so we will get roughly around 4.4 volts. And last, that is V3, which is voltage across 2 ohms, so 2 into 15 divided by 10 plus 5 plus 2, so that will be 30 divided by 17, which will give you roughly around 1.7 volts. Now let's see how to apply current division rule, which is also called as CDR. with the first example. Now in this case I have connected 10 ohm and 5 ohm in parallel. So let's say this is my resistance R1 and this is my resistance R2, which are connected in parallel. Now in this case I have connected a current source of 4 ampere. So 4 ampere is the current. Let's say this is the current I which is flowing till this point. After this point the current gets split up. Let's say this is current I1 flowing through R1 and let's say this is current I2 flowing through R2. So with the help of our formulas, if I want to calculate the current I1 is the current flowing through resistance R1. So we'll have to look at the opposite resistance. So that is 5 into current before division, that is 4 amperes, divided by R1 plus R2. So that is 10 plus 5. So that will give you roughly around 1.33 amperes. Same way if I want to calculate current I2 is the current flowing through resistance R2. So look at the opposite resistance, that is 10 into current before division, that is 4 upon R1 plus R2. So this will give you roughly around 2.66 ampere. So now let's see another example. In this case I have 3 resistors in parallel, R1, R2, and this is my third resistance. So the current flowing through that will be I3. In the previous example we have seen how to apply CDR if there are 2 resistors in parallel, but in this case I have 3 different resistors. So let's check out first what will be the formula if I want to calculate the current I1. Now in this case, if you see the current I1, it is flowing through resistance R1. So if I have a look opposite to R1, I see 2 resistors, that is R2 and R3, which are in parallel. So we'll have to combine this to make one resistance. So if I reduce this circuit diagram, I have my resistance R1, which is 10 ohms, but the opposite resistance, that is R2 and R3, which are in parallel, will get combined. So this will be R2 parallel to R3. So now it becomes easy to me to apply the formula. So if I want the current I1 which is flowing through R1, what is the opposite resistance? It is a combination of R2 and R3 in parallel. So R2 parallel to R3 into current before division divided by R1 added with R2 parallel to R3. So now let's see how to calculate the current I1. So for this circuit, R2 and R3 are in parallel, which will get reduced to one resistance. So that is 5 parallel 3, which I will get roughly around 1.87 ohm. So if I apply this formula, so that is my I1 is equal to R2 parallel to R3, that is 1.87 into current before division, that is 4 amperes, divided by R1 value is 10 added with 1.87. So this will give you roughly around 0.63 amperes. So now in the same manner, if I want to calculate the current flowing through resistance R2, so now in this case, if I see resistance R2, on this side I have resistance R1 and on the other side I have R3. So opposite to this I have 2 resistance. So in this case R1 and R3 will go in parallel into current before division, that is I, upon R2 added with R1 parallel to R3. So same thing I will apply here, and let's see what is the current I2 I get. So this is my current I2. So I will reduce the circuit. So in this case R1 and R3 are going in parallel to combine one resistance. So this value will be roughly around 2.3 ohms. So if I apply that formula, I will get I2 is equal to that is 2.3 into current before division, that is 4, divided by 5 plus 2.3. So the answer will be roughly around 1.26 ampere. So now the last current, that is I3. In this case, I3 is the current flowing through R3. So what are the opposite resistance? R1 and R2. So in this case, R1 and R2 will go in parallel to combine one resistance. So that is 10 ohms and 5 ohms goes in parallel. So that answer will be roughly around 3.33 ohms. And coming towards the formula, if I want the current I3, so in this case, I'll have R1 parallel to R2 into current before division divided by R3 plus R1 parallel to R2. So same thing I'll apply here to get my answer. So I3 is equal to R1 parallel R2, that is 3.33 into current before division, that is 4, divided by plus 3.33. So that answer comes roughly around 2.10 amps. So in this lecture, we have seen the difference between series and parallel circuit, and we have seen two important rules, that is voltage division rule and current division rule, and we have seen how to apply that to a given circuit. I hope you have understood. Thank you.